If you can't kill a boss, no reason why you can't look like one. Moogle putting the WoW in transmogs.
This is made up of mostly 2 different sets. Throw in the headpiece 3. Usurpers, Blood-Caked Spalders from Uldir, the heroic version, 12% on the drop rate for those shoulders that really probably don't fit anywhere except in this set. Zwen's Tunic, very, very monk-like. Tomb of Sargeras, keep in mind, mythic. Maiden of Vigilance, kind of a fair drop rate to pick up that chest piece. Moving on from that same tier, we're looking at the belt, Tomb of Sargeras, mythic, various mobs. I'm not sure if the mythic version is a bind on equip. Probably not, but it might be. You never know. Zwen's Laggards, the other versions are. That's why I'm asking the question. Mistress Sazine, 5% on the drop rate for Zwen's leggings. So those 3, the chest, the belt, and the legs, are all from that same tier set. Now the feet, the shoulders, and I do believe the bracers come straight out of Uldir Heroic. So that's 2, also the cape, but we'll get to that. But first, the wrist, Uldir Heroic Vectis, kind of a fair drop rate to pick up. The wrist wraps, take a guess where they go, of Coursing Miasma, whatever Miasma is. I'm sure someone will leave it in the comments and tell me. The headpiece, Wild Gladiators Helm. If you're Horde, you gotta go Warmongering. That'll work. Fetid Horrors Tangle Coat. This is the heroic version. Fetid Devourer drops that. And the weapon, Witch Hunter's Harvester, Cata level blacksmithing to get the polearm. A little bit of Mop, a little bit of Legion. We're going to start off with Mop, Prideful Gladiators, Iron Skin Spalders. Mop PvP vendor, 3 marks of honor. If you're Horde, it will be Grievous. Next up will be the chest, which is going to zip us forward to Legion, Tomb of Sargeras, Zwen's Tunic, Maiden of Vigilance. Marks of Honor would be incorrect. It's got a fair drop rate. The belt is next, and we're going to show you the Mop PvP vendor to get this belt. Prideful Gladiators, Waistband of Cruelty, 1 mark of honor, I believe, to get the belt. If you're Horde, it will be Grievous. Keep that in mind. The legs, Zwen's Laggards, Tomb of Sargeras, Mistress Sazine is the boss, and kind of a low drop rate to get the legs. Next up, we got the feet, which you really can't see on an undead here. Prideful Gladiators, Boots of Alacrity. Mop PvP vendor, 2 marks of honor. If you Horde, it'll be Grievous, so the undead dude has to go with the Grievous version. Next up, we're going to show you the gloves, which are the Prideful Gladiators Copperskin gloves. Mop PvP vendor, 2 marks of honor to get the gloves from Mist of Pandaria. Grievous if you're Horde. Lady Draenor showing the back, which is Wrathful Gladiator's Cloak of Salvation. A lot of cloaks go with this. I just went with one that you could buy for 1 mark of honor from the Wrath PvP vendor. The head, Glory Seeker's Helm. Trial of Valor, Odin is the boss. Kind of a fair drop rate to get that helm. And the weapon, Infernal Staff, Flame Staff, which comes from Blackrock Foundry Gruul. I do believe I'm making some good use out of a couple of odd sets here, particularly the chest and the legs. We'll get to them in a minute. First, Fell Flame Infernal Shoulder Pads, Burning Throne regular version, Hulking Demolisher. Drop the beige balls for your chest. We're going to go with the Mountain Scalar Hide Robes. You could buy this, 50 gold in Townlong Steps. That's the vendor's name. Moving on to the belt. This is Alliance only Dread Gladiators leather belt. At the moment, you either have it or you don't, but eventually I'm confident you'll be able to buy it from Marks of Honor. I think I made pretty good use out of this chest and leg piece here because they don't really match a lot of sets, but they look pretty good when you first kind of get them in like 7 years ago in Mop. So the chest and the legs are bought pieces. Those are easy to get. The feet, Treads of Violent Intrusion, Trial of Valor LFR version, Odin, fair drop rate. So the feet as well as the gloves are both going to drop out of Trial of Valor LFR version, Olin. So you got a little bit of a dual purpose there. Gloves of Issued Challenge. I challenge you to get those pieces for your monk. Moving on, Warmongering Gladiators Helm, WoD PvP vendor, 3 marks of honor to pick that up. You can also put this on a druid. If you're an outlaw rogue, I do believe it'll work as well. You might have to change, no, you won't have to change the headpiece. The weapon, very, very shiny, Willbreaker, Blood Furnace, Killadon the Breaker. Got a little bit of an out-of-season Christmas look here, kind of a reddish burgundy and green, but it works. It works. Fellflame Infernal Shoulder Pads. The Burning Throne Heroic Hulking Demolishers drop those shoulders at a fair drop rate. Notice how a lot of stuff looks good on Zandalari Trolls. Hellbeast Skin Tunic, Trial of Valor Heroic Guarm is the boss, 8% on the drop rate for that chest piece. The belt, Warmongering Gladiators Belt of Cruelty, WoD PvP vendor, Marks of Honor to pick that up. Just one Mark of Honor, I believe. If you're Horde, you gotta go wild. The legs, part of the same set as the chest, Trial of Valor Heroic. Hell yeah, drops Sucker Scarred Leggings. How they came up with that name for those pants, I have no clue. The Treads of Violent Intrusion, Tomb of Sargeras Razor Draw Meridian is the boss, 5% on the drop rate, doing a spin, showing the cloak. But first, we're going to go with the wrist pieces, or the bracers, Shackles of Dark Whispers, Grizzly Hills, Cleansing Drak Theron. It's an old school quest from Wrath of the Lich King. Now, we're going to show you a Lady Blood Elf and the headpiece, Korkron Elite Skull Mask, Siege of Ogamar LFR, Garage Hellscream is the boss. The back, Parrot Feather Cloak, Mythic, Freehold, Sky Captain Crag, 12% on the drop rate for the cloak. And the weapon, Mindbender's Flame Blade, Hellfire Citadel, Mythic. I managed to squeeze in a few monk pieces, particularly the balls on the shoulder. I love this set. I'm not kidding. I just love this concept of just like floating balls on the shoulder. These are purple, by the way. The chest piece is the Whirling Dervish Vest, which is a recolor that you can pick up from Isle Expeditions. It's a recolor of a set, I believe, from Black Wing Descent for rogues, which of course is Cata. The belt, another rogue piece. The Court of Pilfered Rosaries, Tomb of Sargeras, LFR version, various mobs. Basically, you're just going to have to bring out a can of whoop ass and see if you can get that piece. The legs, Whirling Dervish Breeches, part of the same drop set as the chest from Isle Expeditions, as well as your auction house, have a Dude Night Elf showing the Warmongering Gladiators Boots of Victory, WoD PvP vendor, otherwise known as Warlords of Draenor the Fun. Moving on, doing the spin, showing the short cloak. The wrist, well-flattened wrist guards. The Nighthold LFR Croesus is the boss, fair drop rate for those brown, kind of braidish looking wrists. The headpiece, Shadow Scarred head cover. Tomb of Sargeras LFR, Kill Jaden is the boss, kind of a fair drop rate to pick that up. Moving on to the back, the High Tinker's Cape, Battle of Dazalahar, Heroic High Tinker Megatorque. The weapon is the final piece, Firethorn Mind Slicer. And we go back to the balls on the shoulders. I actually honestly do like this tier look. All the colors actually it's a monk tier, but I use it on a lot of leatherworkers. I really, really like it. The chest you really can't see behind the tabard. Breastplate of the Incendiary Soul, Firelands. That is the heroic version, which is purple. Sticking with that purple theme. Moving on, looking pretty sexy on a Lady Draenor, Grievous Gladiators Belt of Accuracy. Mop PvP vendor. To accurately get it, if you're Horde, you're going to have to go Prideful. One Mark of Honor, regardless of faction. The legs, part of the same tier set as the chest, but it's not a tier set for monks. Monks were an indie game in Cataclysm, Cinderweb leggings, Firelands Heroic. The feet, Treads of Creeping Shadows, Cathedral of Eternal Night. As you can see, decent drop there. The wrist, Swift Strike Bracers, BC level leatherworking. Check your local leatherworker or your local auction house. The back, Dark Leather Cloak, vanilla level leatherworking or your local auction house. And the tabard is kind of up to date. One of the newer reps in the game, Nazjatar from the tabard vendor. And the headpiece, Plasma Mech Shades, WoD level engineering. or check your local auction house. And the big fist weapon is Lancet of the Deft Hand. Uldir LFR Gahoon is the boss. Thanks everybody for watching. My name is Luxley, and I'll leave you with the same exact final thought I always leave you with. And whatever it is by you, whether it's morning or it's afternoon or night, just grab the day and seize the day and make it epic. Thanks for watching.